Today, Mexico made history when the first woman elected president took the oath of office. Claudia Sheinbaum is a 62-year-old former scientist. In her speech today, Sheinbaum says with her arrival come all the women who struggled to make their way to Mexico.
And joining us now with some more perspective on her presidency is Telemundo Chicago anchor Alfonso Gutierrez. Alfonso, you spent days in Mexico covering this story earlier, so tell us more about the significance of today's events and what happened and how big of a deal this really is.
This is a huge deal, and like you said, I did spend a week in Mexico more so covering the elections, and we said it's a big deal because it comes 70 years after women won the right to vote in Mexico in 1953. And actually today, in her first speech as president, Claudia Sheinbaum kept saying this is the time for Mexican women and promised to protect and expand social safety net. The former Mexico City mayor, who also made history back then, being the first female mayor in Mexico City, she won victory in June with nearly 60% of the vote. She received the country, of course, with so many problems, including economy, also unfinished building programs, immigration, rising debt, and hurricane-battered resort city of Acapulco. So as you can see, Alex and Marian, so many challenges for the new president.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what kind of impact do you think her presidency there in Mexico will have on us here in Chicago? We have such a tremendous Mexican-American population here.
It's going to be huge because, like we know, we spoke to the Mexican consulate in Chicago. It's estimated that close to 3 million Mexicans live here in the Midwest. So that's huge, and the economy is really close. Actually, according to experts, tourism is an outcome of political stability. It seems to be like about 30% of our city speaks Spanish or is of Hispanic descent. And according to the office of Choose Chicago, Chicago welcomed over 50 million visitors in 2023. They had an economic impact of around $14 billion, and it generated almost $1.8 billion in state and local taxes. And among international visitors, Mexicans were on the top of that list. They were around 170,000 visitors from Mexico in 2023. So that makes Mexico our second largest inbound international travel after Canada. So as you can see, it's a lot to ties. And talking about new Mexican president, she has a PhD in energy engineering and has spoken so many times about the need to address climate change. She's also keeping a close eye on the next U.S. elections. And she said she's concerned about Trump's vote to slap 100% taxes on vehicles made in Mexico, among many other promises that Trump has made if he wins. As you can see, there's so many things that she needs to work on, but this has just started.
It's amazing to see, no matter where your position is politically, it's still an amazing impact just as a woman ascending to that role.
Especially for little girls, Mexican girls and young females, and all those major women that may remember that they didn't have the right to vote 70 years ago.
Right.